Well, Galisteo is aware of the technology in today's world, so he decided he needed to go viral too. So, in a preview, there is Galisteo Going Viral, where he overhears some young people saying, "Mom, have you seen Galisteo the cat on Galley Talks? Mom, can I have a phone? Yes, dear, this is a riot." Galley does pictures and games and profiles, all kinds of things on his blog. "John, have you seen Galley Talks?" "Yes, Sally, I saw it on the news. It was great." Hello, fans. As you must know, my name is Galesteo. My best bud is Don Gaspar. We live with Mr. and Mrs. B. Lately, you probably have been looking for me. Well, I've been busy on a phone. Okay, not really. I have a blog, and it's called Galley Talks. In these black rectangles, anyway, it's been blowing up for me and me. Well, I'm great. Thanks for asking. But really, I think I should talk a little more. "Galley," said Mrs. B, "it's time for breakfast." Mrs. B poured me a bowl of Eames and set it down for me. I quickly patted the food mat, scratched the wall, and started to eat. Mr. and Mrs. B were just sitting at the table eating and reading the newspaper. After that, I went to the bathroom. You don't need to know about that. And took a nap. I love my naps. I take them on and off all day. But what I really like is a warm lap on which to sleep. Mr. B provides struggles for me every morning when he does his exercises. At that time, I snuggle next to him on the floor while he does his stretches and moves around. We listen to Good Morning America and have a great time. Later in the day, Mr. B lays down on the floor again to meditate. He has a CD he listens to, and I lay across his body in his warm lap, so I too can feel the gentle breathing that goes with meditation. On some days, Mrs. B reads her books on her bed. She calls to me, "Galley, come on, let's have a nap." Then I climb on her lap and sleep away. She pets me to hear me purr. I'm a very feline-favored family. Fun for me. Now, a word or two about my bud, Donnie. He's an outside cat most of the time, except when he comes in to eat or to sleep at night. But when the nighttime comes, my brain lights up, eager for some fun with Donnie. We run all through the house, jumping over the couch and hiding in closets. Sometimes during the night, he meows too much, too loudly, too early, and the bees tell him, "No, Donnie, stop it," and shut the door to their bedroom. When that happens, I can't cuddle at night with them, much to my dismay. Enough about me for a while. Now, I'd like to talk a bit more, so here's my advice. Always be nice. Then you'll get pets, hugs, snuggles, cuddles, and attention, and a few nights with the vets. When you're being pet, be sure to purr and always let them mess up your fur. Here's one more piece of advice. If a dog goes at you in a chase or scares you with a big growl, run to a safe place nearby, like a tree or under a car. That will wipe off his scowl. But if the dog comes to your face, remember your paws can make you safe by using your weapons called claws. Not all dogs and cats are enemies. Some share their lives, and those are sweeter and deserve our loving sighs. Purr. My neighbor's dog, Missy, has been Donnie's buddy for years. They run around the front yard playfully until Donnie gets tired. Then he jumps over the fence to the backyard and disappears. Now back to Donnie and me. I am a greeter and Donnie is a hider. When someone comes home to visit the bees, I always offer a purr and a pet while Donnie hides in the bushes, checking out the activity. Unless he knows the visitor, then he demands a pet or two. He also greets the bees when they drive up to the park by running all around their car, surprisingly safely. My favorite visitors are 3 of the bees' grandkids. One of my books is about Olivia and her visits. She spoils me, gives me temptations, my absolute favorites, and I love it. The others, Ashley and Tyler, give me great attention and keep me purring for hours. They also give Donnie attention when he demands it, especially Tyler, who figured out how to play catch with him. Ashley illustrated one of my books, Galesteo Goes to the Beach, and Olivia has inspired, co-written, and illustrated several as well. Check out her sketches on this blog. And speaking of books, there already are 12 revealing my fun adventures and who assisted in the writing and illustrating. Some of my fans ask, well, what about these adventures? Tell us, and why don't you run around outside with Donnie? That's just what most of my books are about, my adventures. You can read them in detail, but I will tell you briefly about us. Donnie and I were rescued by the bees from the local animal shelter. There I was, called Rascal, but the bees changed my name to Galesteo and named Donnie Don Gaspar. The bees used to let me go outside, but I would wander off, following people, going to interesting places like the library. The local animal shelter had people who rescued me, and after 3 big events, the bees grounded me. I have to stay indoors unless I am guarded by them outside. When cats wander, some people wonder why we don't track them with our phones. However, I do have an outside house which I'm allowed to stay in and take naps. They let me run around the yard before putting me in the house, and I have chances to run, called going for more adventures. So far, when I manage a slight escape, they find me, but sometimes Donnie and I manage a game of hide and seek until Mrs. B tempts us inside with temptations. Yum. Enough talking for now, except to tell you about my big surprise. I'm being offered a TV series on our local TV station as I write this blog. How exciting is that? I will keep you informed, so stay tuned in. Nap time now.